Hello everyone, it is Oliver here from OZONE ASMR. Thank you for joining me today on the channel, and today I will be answering your questions that you left in the comment section of my Q&A 4,000 subscriber thank you video. So thank you all for the new subscribers and your ongoing support. I really appreciate it. I love reading your comments and seeing all the feedback. It's a really fun part of my day now, actually. Hearing from you guys and sharing your comments and experiences. Today's video, of course, will be answering your questions, and I just want to quickly explain the format. Now, I'll just be doing some hand sounds, hand movements in the background, so it's not as monotonous. We'll break it down a little. Also, as there were quite a few questions and queries, I will try to not gloss over questions, but I definitely have to be limiting as to how much time I spend on each question. Otherwise, this video could go for 3.5 hours. So, without further ado, I will be answering almost every question. They were all overwhelmingly appropriate. However, don't feel discouraged or offended if I do not answer your question completely. It's more just for my own personal safety and privacy reasons. I hope you can understand. So, let's begin. We have Ori Bagnall as our first question. I'm just reading these off my laptop, by the way. But he asks, my favorite band or musician, and I don't actually have a sort of favorite band, but I do listen to a lot of different music and genres, except for maybe heavy metal, just not my cup of tea. But I do like BTS, a K-pop group. I do like ABBA, the Swedish Sensations. My parents sort of introduced me to them, and I've stuck with them since. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Calvin Harris, like my EDM, a bit of country music as well, actually, like Darius Rucker and Zach Brown Band, but also some of the pop stars and such, like Bruno Mars and John Mayer, that type of stuff, just to name a few off the top of my head. So, who is your favorite ASMR creator? Asked by Grayson. Thanks for your question, Grayson. Probably GB ASMR. I really respect her interaction with the community. She definitely portrays and carries herself as a positive person, and you can see that in her actions. Just reading her descriptions of her videos, she really puts in a lot of effort and genuinely wants to help people, and I really admire that. Something I hope to emulate with my own channel and style. But she's also just a very talented ASM artist, I guess, as well. I have to give her props for sure, and it's no wonder she's gotten to where she is today, based on her work. So thank you for the question. Next we have Jay. What motivated me to start ASMR? Well, I just wanted to do something after work. I would come home from work sometimes and not really have anything productive or to work towards or to think about and do after work. I have like working out and stuff, but I wanted to do something else. And ASMR is something I've followed for many years now, but I thought, why not be a creator and not just a follower? So here we are. Created a channel roughly 3 months ago. But thank you for the question, Jay, and I see you commenting on a lot of my videos. I appreciate it, and you definitely don't go unnoticed. Robbie, do I have any hobbies? Apart from ASMR, I am into like self-development, I guess, if that's a hobby. Reading about psychology, how the brain works and how we work as humans. I really like learning, which is a key focus here on my channel, of course. I also play volleyball. I do play video games, but not as much now. But yeah, those would be my main hobbies outside of ASMR and being a physio. So Rosenboast asks, what's a mistake you always make no matter how hard you try not to? Good question, and feel free to answer this yourself in the comments below. But I actually find myself always defaulting and always falling into the trap of using filler words such as like those type of words. I'm trying to be conscious of them and pretty much cancel them from my vocabulary, but it doesn't always go that way, of course. Thank you for the question. Des asks, there is no question. Des, thank you for your comment. Excellent. Angelica, thank you so much for the comment. My most unusual triggers. What is the most unusual thing which triggers my ASMR? I don't really have anything off the top of my head. Maybe I just recently discovered sort of tapping on the camera. That was really triggering, actually. So yeah, face sort of camera lens tapping. Marcy, thank you for your comment. Izzy, do you play an instrument, or which do you wish you could play? That's cool. You play the violin. That's a really cool instrument. I actually play keyboard, or that's one of my hobbies as well, actually, keyboard or piano. I'm self-taught, so I'm not like a god or anything at it. I only know a few pieces that I like to practice regularly because they bring me joy, and it's the reason why I learnt. In particular, River Flows in You by Yiruma, a contemporary Korean pianist who really inspired me to learn the keyboard. Thank you for the question, and I hope you keep playing the violin. Eduardo, what do you love most about Australia? Thanks, Eduardo. I really like the laid-back nature of most Australians. Yeah, real chill. A common saying in Australia is, she'll be right, which is pretty much said by every Australian under the sun. So, yeah, definitely that. Eleanor asks, favourite TV shows at the minute? I would have to say Community, not just at the minute, but all time. Community and the work that Dan Harmon does, if you're familiar, is he's a genius, creative and writing-wise. But also Kingdom, South Korean show about zombies in medieval South Korea, and also The Legend of Korra. I've seen the original, but I'm watching the Legend of Korra again, but I'm enjoying that at the moment. Robert Keck, what are some challenges you face while filming ASMR? My laptop definitely sort of holds me back editing wise. I can only edit videos that are a certain length. After maybe 25 minutes or so, it becomes a bit laggy and it can crash on me several times. But I'm working on improving that and upping that and getting a new PC so I can fix that. But yeah, that would probably be the main thing. Flavio, when did I discover ASMR and how? I remember when I was learning like card flourishes, which are doing fancy tricks with a deck of cards when I was younger, like a kid. On YouTube, I was watching a Swedish person speaking in English with a Swedish accent, and I remember feeling really relaxed, and first time experiencing ASMR formally was then. But I don't remember how I discovered intentional ASMR. Of course, that was unintentional ASMR that I found, but I'm not sure how and when I found intentional ASMR. I think I just found it again during university while studying for exams and trying to sleep after long nights of studying. Shout out to anyone going through uni at the moment, or studying in particular. Austin asks, do I have any clothing vendors that are particularly my favourites? They're mostly Australian. One called YD, as in the letters Y and D. YD, Connor, Maya, Cotton On, as well as H&M. They're probably my top places that I go to for my clothes, as well as a bit of online shopping with The Iconic, but I haven't really shopped with them recently for whatever reason. Again, they're mostly Australian, the stores that I listed. So, you mentioned that you used to run track. Are there any sports you like? I really like volleyball, I play, as well as football or soccer. My dad is English, so I grew up in a household where football meant soccer, and that's carried on to me as a result. So I really like football or soccer as well as volleyball. Megan, no question, just wanted to reciprocate the love. Thank you, Megan, that's very kind of you. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Dominique asks, when is your birthday or zodiac sign? So I won't say my birthday for personal reasons, but my zodiac sign is a Scorpio. Whether I'm not really sure what that means, but I'm a Scorpio, apparently. Kane, what made you go for physio over other medical professions? So why did I choose physiotherapy instead of other medical professions? I really like the hands-on nature of physio. There's a lot of manual therapy techniques and tests that we perform, and that's what's really appealing to me. I don't see myself being any other health professional other than a physio for that reason. I like what's called a kinesthetic learner or kinematic learner, I think. So we learn by doing things. That's what I really enjoy, using my hands. Thanks for the question, Kane. Rich de Guzman asks, fellow Filipino here, kumusta po? Magandang gabi po, magandang umaga po, depending on what time of day. When was the last time I visited the Philippines? Thank you for your question. When I was a wee child, about maybe 10 years ago, with my mum. Kieran asks, how old am I? I'm 22, and when did I complete my physiotherapy thing? So that is a bachelor's degree, an undergraduate degree of Bachelor of Physiotherapy rather, and I completed that at the end of 2018. So I've been a physio for about 18 months now. Charles, thank you very much. I've been a physio. Yep. Speaking of which, I've been a physio for 18 months. And do you want to proceed to a medical degree? No, I've never really been interested in the whole medical side with chemistry and such. Don't get me wrong, I do respect doctors and I really like the sort of medical role plays and all the different professions, but it's never something I could do personally. It's a very busy and demanding schedule that doctors have to meet. And there's also quite a big hierarchy in terms of internships, registrar, medical officers, surgeons. It's never ending in my eyes, but huge props to the people that can do that. I really respect that. So I only practice in Australia as a physio. Cool, thanks for the questions, Charles. Esto es un spoiler. I hope I said that right or similar. You found me on Reddit. Awesome. Thank you very much for your support. And Entangled with ASMR or Bree, cool channel by the way, check it out if you're interested in like spooky stories and such. I really like her spooky stories. You're such a nice and cool person and deserve the growth. Thank you, Bree. Manny asks, what's your go-to song at karaoke? Maybe a bit of Frank Sinatra. But whether or not I can do it well is yet to be decided, but a bit of Fly Me to the Moon or My Way, as well as a bit of maybe John Denver, Take Me Home, Country Roads, and classic ABBA. I love ABBA. Probably didn't expect that, to be honest, but I'm man enough to admit it that I like ABBA. So Rorox asks, how did it take me... Oh, that's not a question, sorry. But thank you, Rorox, for your support. Dan S, thank you, just compliment on the shirts, thank you very much, I'm glad you like them. I like the florals recently, I don't know why, the florals seem to really be catching my eye. Hannah asks, am I a fan of video games? Yes, I am. I used to play League of Legends a lot, not so much these days since I've dedicated a lot more time towards ASMR, but I've recently played a bit of Terraria, Minecraft, as well as The Forest, a survival horror RPG game with my friends, or survival horror sandbox game rather, not an RPG. And I have not played The Last of Us 2, but I am definitely, when I have time, going to look at a playthrough. The Last of Us 1 was really good, and I liked watching a playthrough of that, so I will be doing the same for number 2. Any advice for a sprained ankle? It's a bit hard for me to give any specific advice to you, Hannah, just because I don't know your specific history or situation, what your goals are. It's not exactly best practice for me to give out medical advice due to legal reasons as well. There is a board in Australia, and I don't want to compromise any of those, so I'm a bit hesitant to give any advice to you for that reason. What I would recommend though is to see a physio in real life, or your GP if you have any concerns or issues. Yeah, hope that's okay. Queen Millie, what was the first ASMR equipment I got? It was actually this microphone that I'm using right now, which is the Blue Yeti, classic ASMR entry-level microphone that a lot of people use, and I can see why. It's really simple to use, but I got it from my friend secondhand. Samuel asks, what got me into physio? So I actually injured my knee when I was doing track running in high school, 800 meter running, and I had some what's called IT band syndrome or iliotibial band syndrome, which results in a bit of lateral or outside of the knee pain. And I saw a physio, they fixed me up, and it was around about the time where I was thinking about going to university, but didn't know what I wanted to study, so everything kind of fell into place, and it was a perfect opportunity for me to reflect and say, hey, this is really cool, I think I want to be a physio. So and here we are. So yeah, Jay asks, what's my background with ASMR? Not really sure in particular what you mean. My background, maybe I've just been watching it for several years now. What did you like best about other ASMR channels before deciding to create your own? I like the role plays and the creativity. There is a lot of creative artists out there, and that's something I hope to emulate here as well. Lottie, what made you decide to start creating your own ASMR channel? So I've answered this a little bit already. Just wanted something to do when I got home from work, something to look forward to. Would you consider yourself to be a calm person in your everyday life? Generally, yes. I try to be analytical, logical, and have an understanding of my psychology and my emotions. Something I regularly sit back and reflect on drives or when I get a moment out of the day. And yeah, I generally try to see things from different point of view. I think I'm generally a calm person. Not all the time, I'm only human, of course, but generally, yes. James York, such a big fan all the way from the UK. Shout out to the UK. Would you do any sci-fi themed videos? It's not crossed my mind, to be honest, but I'm pretty open for any suggestions or ideas, James. Let me know if you have any ideas and I can look into them for sure. My Hanson, what do you do when you wish to relax? I watch ASMR. I've actually made a community post linking to some ASMR artists, some smaller, lesser known channels that I watch to relax to when I edit videos or going to sleep. There's also a lot of other recommendations from you guys, the viewers, in the comments, so thank you for that. And would you watch your own videos to relax? No, I think that's a bit strange, to be honest, if I did. A bit egocentric. But I do watch them to see, build upon myself. There's always room for improvement, so I try to use it as a learning tool more so than relaxation, if that makes sense. Miguel, thank you for your question. What do you do to feel better when you feel sad? Meditate, think about why I might be feeling these feelings, try to process and be analytical about it. also ASMR and talking to my close friends or family. Thankfully, I've got a very positive social circle. Westlake Angel, thank you. I am 22. Thank you for your question. And any big dreams for the future or channel or life in general? So dreams, talking dreams. I guess it would be cool for YouTube to have 100,000 subscribers, to have a play button, but that's definitely not the primary goal. My main goal with YouTube is to be or provide some positivity in the world, especially in today's climate per se, but also a bit of education and a bit of fun as well. I know this is fun to do for me, and it's fun for you guys as well. So I hope to keep that relationship up for in the foreseeable future. I don't see myself stopping ASMR anytime soon. It's definitely a lot of fun to hear from you guys, and it's definitely a lot of fun to make the videos. So in terms of life, just some financial goals, but I won't go over those too much. Own a house, do a bit of travel. Those would be the general things. I won't get into them too much though. Zara says congratulations on your achievement. Thank you very much, Zara. Cool name, by the way. There is a question, so I just got to click read more. What inspired you to start your own ASMR channel? Like I said, just wanted to have something to do and look forward to after work. What's your favorite place to go on vacation? And what is a country you would like to visit? From Anouk Vandermark. Thank you, Anouk. I think I said that right. Hallo, from the Netherlands. Hallo. Lovely place, by the way. And I guess I would like to visit Canada. Canada is somewhere I was hoping to visit this year, if not next year. But things change, so maybe in the next few years. But definitely Canada. Everything seems so picturesque, and I would love to go snowboarding in, I think it's Whistler. Yeah. Jared, thank you. Thank you so much, Jared, for your comment. Beth asks how I got into ASMR. Not sure how I got into intentional ASMR, but like I said before, I was watching a card flourishing video from a Swedish person speaking in English, and that accent was really relaxing to me. So Eri ASMR is a new subscriber. Thank you very much. And your question is, what are my goals? Professional, personal, just something you want to get better at. So cancelling out filler words, just as a little small goal for my vocabulary. But also just growing the channel and interact. I want to maintain my integrity and still have an interaction with you guys as well as me, because a bit more of a human interaction rather than you just seeing you guys as numbers. It is getting harder and harder to stay on top of messages and comments and replies, but I am trying my hardest, and I do try to at least give everyone attention and get back to everyone as best I can with what little time I have, unfortunately. But it is fun. I like hearing from you guys, so just trying to maintain that integrity and being personable, because I enjoy that about this channel. So Neil says, this channel will be huge, mate. Quality. Thank you. Very Australian. Throwing in the mate there. What was it like growing up in Australia? Yeah, it was good. I've been to about 22 different countries now, and I definitely, every time I come home, I appreciate Australia more, just because it's my home. Like, it's definitely my home. I grew up in a bit of a smaller town, and I really appreciate that smaller, more community-driven lifestyle. And Australia is so laid back and chill. I really enjoy that about growing up. You can definitely do a lot out in not the outback, but the rural towns compared to the cities, and vice versa. There's definitely trade-offs, but I really enjoyed growing up. I know you had a bunch of other questions, but it's a bit hard for me to answer all of them, unfortunately. I hope you understand. So Miriam DeGraff, I hope I said that right, Miriam. If you could time travel, Oh, good question. Which time period and place would you visit and why? Definitely ancient Greece, because I really like their philosophy, or philosophers rather, in particular Athens. I'd like to see Athens in the ancient Greek times. I really try formulate my life and base my thinking on the Athenian way of life, which was to be a bit more of a balanced person, so physically fit but also mentally strong body, strong mind, and vice versa. And I really try to adopt that in my own personal philosophy and ethos, something that I think we can all learn from. It's always good to continue learning, no matter how old you are. Muhammad, I wonder if I'm an ASMR, Muhammad wonders if I am an ASMR sensitive person. I am. Yeah, I do experience the tingles and the goodness. Jean, thank you for your comment. MEC asks if I could live anywhere else, where would it be? And probably New Zealand, very similar to Australia, and I like the countryside there. What do you think about being heard from many countries? Thank you, Javier. I think it's pretty cool. It's really awesome to be in different time zones but still be experiencing the same thing. So it's beyond me. Technology's come so far, and I think that's an amazing thing. The globalization, I guess, of technology, and we're all so connected, but even though we're so far apart. So it's good. Lily, thank you for your question, Lily. How did you discover ASMR? I've already answered that one. Fried Chicken asks, what inspired you to become a physio? Like I said before, with Samuel's question, hurt my knee when I was being a track runner or 800-meter runner, and I got inspired from there. One Winged Menace Productions. What type of ASMR trigger can you absolutely not stand? Maybe eating videos. Not that I can't stand them, I just prefer not to watch them. Just my personal preference, and it's fine if you guys like them. I've answered that question already, but thank you, One Winged Menace Productions. I would like to know the origin story behind that name. Aslan, very cool name, by the way, Aslan. I think we messaged each other on Instagram. But what are your ethnicities you get confused for? So probably Cambodian or Thai, I think once or twice, but most people guess Filipino. I think it's the nose and the skin tone, I guess. But and the extra question was, can you speak Tagalog? Hindi po, I only speak a few phrases and words such as Kumusta po or Salamat po, Magandang gabi, Magandang umaga, Magaling ka. Just very small phrases, but I would like to learn more. Leave some Filipino phrases or words in the comments if you have any that you would like me to try and learn. Nothing rude though, please. Fausch Grobela, I think I said that somewhat right. How did I start this journey? If I start by this journey, I guess was by getting this microphone and wanting to start, and just for something to do after work. And what inspired you to start this channel? Again, something to do after work, and I really enjoyed. I thought, why not make my own? It could be a bit of fun. Thank you for your question. Nick Allen asks, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Probably 100 duck-sized horses. I feel like I have the stamina to just kick a few, run away, kick a few more, and then run away, and just repeat that tactic until 100. There are no more ducks. There are no more horses, rather. Good question, though. Mike Pooch, what is your favorite ASMR trigger? Thanks, Mike. I would have to say tapping, or at the moment, the camera tapping on the lens is really triggering as well. But also a bit of singing or humming. I found that really impressive when I saw GB doing that, actually. That caught me by surprise, and it was really quite mesmerizing. Warren asks, where do you find the time to make awesome ASMR videos and maintain a career in physio? Good question, Warren. I try to be as efficient as possible, and about sacrifice, I guess. Like I said before, I don't play as much video games anymore to focus more on ASMR. And I try to plan my evenings while I'm at work. So when I'm on lunch break, I think, all right, this is what I'm going to do when I come home. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and then I just do it when I come home. Getting into that habit. EJ Cantu, what are some of your favorite foods? I really like sushi, Chinese food, Thai food, curry, a good steak as well. And yeah, those would probably be the main ones. Kyle, thank you, Kyle. Jerry Kinswater, where are you from? I'm from Australia, in particular Queensland. And do I still live there? Yes. Kevster, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? It would be time travel or teleportation. Definitely something where I can just go from point A to point B so I can see the world for all its beauty. And what is my favourite thing about Australia? Like I said before, the laid back, relaxed nature of a lot of us. And you're from Canada, cool. I want to visit there someday, like I said earlier. And I think that'll do for this part. I'm going to break this into two parts. This is, like I said, my laptop can't handle longer videos at the moment, not until I upgrade my PC. So this will be part 1, and I'll upload part 2 straight away. Hope to see you in part 2.